How to tune your marching snare. First, we're going to talk about the DFX, the Dynasty DFX. Dynasty with no tubes. Since these drums don't resonate a lot, um, here's what I do. Never want to tape up your marching snare. This one in particular. You can. You don't want to do it if you're alone. Two, you don't want to patch it up. You don't want to patch it up because it's gonna kill every single resonant, whatever. Even though these drums don't resonate, it's gonna kill every single thing. It's gonna sound dead. Another thing, they have their top heads too high. They have their top heads too high, and their bottom heads aren't, you know, higher than the top heads. So that's why the drums sound really hollow and they don't sound good, because it's all three of those combined in one. That's what a lot of the DCI cores did in the early days with these drums. They taped them up, they patched them up, they cranked the top heads up really, really high. They got the bottom heads to resonate, but here's the thing: the top heads, or they didn't, or they got the bottom heads to resonate, but they brought the top heads up super high. They didn't bring the bottoms up with it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's my next thing. All right, so how to make these drums sound good, and this applies to any other marching snare, but in this one in particular, you want your bottom heads to be higher than the top head. So not there's no specific note. You don't really need a specific note. Um, it does help, but I will be saying specific notes if that's what you're looking for. Um, C sharp or C your first night. Get it close to a C your first night. Don't gotta be exact. Get it close to a C your first night. Second night or second day or whatever, third day, bring it up to a D. It don't gotta be a D5. Just bring it up to a D, and that's it. Because that's gonna give you a lot of coverage. The top head, you don't want that high at all. Leave that alone. You don't want it higher. You don't want it higher or as high as this. Or actually, this is the highest I'll go on the top. Let's pitch check. Top head is a little bit higher than the bottom head. So you want to pitch check. You want to make sure your bottom head's higher than the top head. So once you get that down, it's gonna sound good. So you want your bottom head to be at a really high note, C sharp to D5, like in that range. So that's it. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. So if your top head is much higher than the bottom head, it's just not gonna sound good. It's gonna sound choked out. Or is that the right word? Yeah, it's gonna sound choked out almost. But not the snares, but the drum's just not gonna resonate as well if your bottom head isn't higher than the top head. So this is what it looks like, or this is what it sounds like when the top head is much higher. The top head is much higher than the bottom. Here's what it sounds like. Still sounds good. Some will say, oh, that sounds good. Yeah, but the top head is much higher than the bottom head. So if you make sure your bottom head is higher than the top head, or really close in pitch, here's what it sounds like. And make sure your snares are flat across the head, not bent around the. You should already know how to tune your marching snare the basic ways. If you don't, look at different tuning videos. They'll explain it. It's not that hard. But yeah, that's how you tune your Dynasty DFX. Remember, you want your top heads and bottom heads to relate. You want them to be really close and sound to each other. Preferably, if I'm saying that, preferably, forget that word. You want your bottom head to be higher than the top head. You want it higher than the top head. or close, or close. How do you say that? Preferably, preferably, blah, blah, blah. See, I don't say that word a lot. I'm not professional. That's it. That's it. Bye.